start off the second hour of Morning Rush with a conversation with Munesuishe Chiveso, who is the Secretary General of Climate Control. Welcome to the show. Good morning, my brother. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. You're looking good in the double-breasted suit. I like that. Where did you get it?
Thank you so much. It was a gift from my mom.
It is a gift from my mom?
Yes.
Well, shout out to you, mom, for dressing the man looking double out. Let's cut straight into the conversation. Can you tell me more about the founding of Climate Control and what motivated you? What was the reason behind you, having this organization, Climate Control? What motivated you to start?
Okay, so basically I'm studying risk disaster management at the University of Zimbabwe. So when we had a module on climate change, I had to do more research about climate change in Zimbabwe, and I saw that it's a really devastating issue for Zimbabwe. And I also found out that we as the youth are being left out in the critical decision makings for climate change issues, yet we have the highest population in the country. So we decided that why not have an organization that advocates for youth, that advocates for climate change as youth, so that we be part of the key decision making in the climate change issues.
Right. And you say you're at the university, you're currently enrolled at the University of Zimbabwe.
Yes, I'm doing my final year.
You're doing your final year, yes. And you're already, wow, what a phenomenal job you're doing. Now, what are some of the key initiatives that Climate Control is currently working on right now, and how can the community get involved? Because from what you said, you felt like the youth or people of our age group are not at the fore of decision-making processes. And of course now you want to also get, I'm pretty sure you would want to also get the community involved. So tell me more about how the community can then get involved.
Oh, so basically now our initiatives are education awareness, be it in communities and high schools, even at tertiary institutions. So far we've been working with different universities and primary schools and even some orphanages in the communities, and we've been doing tree planting, reforestation projects, education awareness campaigns, and also donations of climate change materials for the youth to be educated and to be aware of these climate change matters.
Right. Now tell me, how does Climate Control empower young people in Zimbabwe to take action against climate change, and how can young people then position themselves against climate change, of course vis-a-vis Climate Control, your organization?
Okay, so as Climate Control, we empower the young people with the knowledge on climate change issues, and then we also advocate for projects with the Ministry of Environment, Climate and Wildlife, so that they take up our projects and initiatives so that they can be funded and implemented in communities as young people. We also advocate for young people to be included in key workshops like the Conference of Parties. Recently, we had one of our youths who went to the COP29, and also we are having some people who are going to attend COP30.
Right. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure you would agree with me that no man is an island. You cannot achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve on your own. You need to be in partnership with others. You need to collaborate. You need joint ventures and joint efforts. So now, can you discuss now maybe the importance of collaboration and partnership in your advocacy efforts that you have been doing, and how do you then work with other organizations? How do you fuse together to come up with a desired end goal?
Okay, so when it comes to climate change, this is like a big animal we are fighting as a nation. So you cannot do it as an individual or as an organization alone. So in whatever we do, we need everyone on board. So collaboration is one of our goals. We partner with every organization or every person possible so that we fight this thing together. The more we grow in fighting climate change, the sooner we can combat it as a nation. Yes.
So any organizations or even government institutions that you've approached in your advocacy thus far?
Yes, so far we have partnered with the Green Building Council, Zimbabwe,
right.
And also we are receiving assistance from the Ministry of Environment, Climate and Wildlife, specifically the Climate Change Department, and also an orphanage, Wings of Grace in Mufakosi, yes.
So what you're doing, of course, you are advocating and preaching the gospel of environmental sustainability. Now, I want you to tell me, what challenges have you faced thus far?
So now the challenges we are facing is human capacity. Sometimes when we call out for people, we have few people to attend the events, or even let's say we're having a cleanup campaign, we just have few or less people. And of course, the major thing is finance. For us to run, for us to push our initiatives, we need finance, and that is one of our biggest challenges as an organization.
The biggest challenge is financial issues. Of course, you cited that as your biggest challenge that you have faced thus far. Now, how are you overcoming that? How are you overcoming that barrier, that obstacle, the issue of finances?
So now, as an organization and as youths, we have decided to find some leeways we can overcome these challenges. Like for some of the events we are doing, like workshops or some, we do them virtually rather than doing them physically. Because if we are doing them physically, there is need for money for conferencing, food, lunch, and so forth. So instead of doing physically, we are now creating Zoom links using just internet. Yeah.
So you're finding ways to cut the cost.
Yes.
At the end of the day, still achieving the same goal.
Yes.
Fantastic work you're doing. Now, looking forward, what are your goals of climate control? Of course, when you started it, there is a vision that you had that, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be by this time. So tell me, in the next few years, how do you envision the future of environmental advocacy in Zimbabwe?
Okay. So for our future, we envision that each and every young person in Zimbabwe has knowledge on climate issues and will be able to take care of their environment wherever they are, so that us as an organization, we no longer have to walk around advocating for the same thing over and over again. We will be advocating from wherever we are in one voice as a nation to amplify these issues.
Right, and of course you're doing a very good job doing just that. And now I want you to look at this camera, and what would you want to say to Zimbabwean as far as environmental sustainability is concerned? Of course, vis-a-vis climate control, that being your organization that you have, and and advocating that to keep our environment. What can the ordinary person who's watching you right now, what would you want to say to the viewers watching you right now?
Okay, so to the viewers watching right now, my word of encouragement is that climate change is real and it's coming for us. So let us take care of our environment by all means necessary. Because if we do not take care of the environment, there will be no tomorrow for us, specifically the youth. There will be no future for us if we do not take care of our environment today. We remember God said we are the custodians of our environment, of nature. So let us be custodians of nature. Let's not destroy the environment.
Right. Now, thank you so much, Munesuishe, and of course, all the best in what you're advocating for. But just before I let you go, I would want to know, where do you see yourself, and as well as the organization, maybe in the next 10 years?
As for me, I would see myself part of the
Minister of Environment?
Yes, maybe the permanent secretary or the Minister of Environment, or even the Secretary General for the UNFCCC.
Yeah.
And also for our organization, in the next 10 years, I see it as one of the biggest leading organizations in Africa.
Right.
Yes.
So someone wants to get hold of you, and maybe for collaboration, for partnerships, and to do some joint ventures. How can they access you? How can they reach you?
Okay, so for collaboration or joint ventures, you can reach out to me on 071-960-3384. I'll repeat it again, 071-960-3384.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Secretary General, and all the best in your future endeavors. And here's to hoping that the message will be heard and understood, so that we have a better environment for us and the generation to come.